Alright. So, welcome to part 3 of playing Doom Eternal while talking about random goopligok. And this video is going to be centered on Afterlife. And I'm going to do kind of a different structure where I actually took notes this time. And it's going to be a little bit more professional. Good way to start. But for the first topic, it's going to be, so for the beginning of the video, I'm going to be doing kind of like the history behind Afterlife and kind of how it's evolved over time and modern views and questions of like morality, like soul and stuff. So, starting off with Christianity, they have a pretty unique view on it. They have a system of heaven and hell where it's not based off of morality or what you do in your lifetime. It's solely based off of if you believe if Jesus Christ was the Savior, like he's coming back. And that's the only deciphering thing between a life of or like an eternity of suffering versus heaven, which would be like nutting 24/7. I don't really know what it'd be like, but I don't. They have an interesting view on it. They don't really have a view on purgatory. I don't think. I'm pretty sure it's very one or the other. Buddhism and Hinduism, I'm pretty sure pretty similar with the idea of reincarnation and karma, and actually has a lot to tie into morality, because with the Christian view, I mean, in theory, you can kind of just do whatever if there's no, like, you could be a bad person but believe in Jesus and you're going to heaven. But with Hinduism, if you do bad acts in your life and you're mean to other people, or you lead a bad life and you're not virtuous, you're going to get reincarnated, or like your karma, you're going to be reincarnated into like a fly or like I don't know what a mid-tier animal would be, like a pig, like a farm animal. I don't know. They believe, they're polytheistic, I'm pretty sure it's called, where they believe in multiple gods, where they have a god for like death, they have a god for karma, I'm pretty sure. So they believe in a cycle of dying and living and being reincarnated, where the only way to break the cycle is reaching nirvana, which is enlightenment, which is, I think, their version of heaven, where all the good feelings.
Let's see if you're strong enough to survive this cursed city.
I'm not sure how. I'm not too sure how the reincarnation works, because I'm dead. Oh.
The Slayer has arrived. All mortally challenged personnel, please be advised.
I'm not sure how the reincarnation would work, because let's say you're born as a human and you you're not good, and then you get reincarnated as like a fly or something mid. Like, how are you gonna reach enlightenment then if you don't even have like thought processes, or like you don't even, I don't even know. So I'm guessing maybe you just are gonna turn into a human again eventually if you're a good fly. I don't know. Back in like really old times, we used to believe in like Greek mythology and like Norse mythology, like the Kratos games, like that kind of stuff. And to us now, it seems really silly. And we're like, how did we even believe in shit like that? But it was just, we had no idea what was even going on. I'm pretty sure back then we would like, I don't even know, we just did a bunch of stupid shit, sacrifice people. But their belief on Afterlife is that, well, for Greeks, it was Hades. Damn. For theirs, they had a god called Hades, and he controlled the underworld. So if you die, you just, I don't know, you're his bitch. And for the Norse, they believed in Valhalla, which is pretty evil in my opinion, bro. Whoever invented that is a villain. Just like, nah, man, just fight in this war and you're chilling, which is horrible. For atheism, it varies from person to person on what they believe, since it's kind of the belief in like nothing. But if I had to assume, it would just be Afterlife is nothing, just like black screen. I'm trying to think of what they would think. I'm sure what makes sense to me is what you do in your lifetime, you feel that emotion when you die. So if you're just like a horrible piece of shit and everybody hates you, and your main feeling in life was just not good ones, like envy, sadness, anger, you probably get trapped inside of your own head when you die, and those are all the emotions, you know. You just live those forever. Like, you don't see, you don't feel, I mean, I guess you feel, but you just feel. You know, you wouldn't feel anything good. And if you're a good person, you get trapped in good feelings, which I guess would be kind of like heaven. That's basically what heaven is. I mean, I could subscribe to that belief. That one kind of makes sense to me. It would get pretty boring though. The modern beliefs on Afterlife, there's nothing, because there's no scientific anything to back those theories. And I feel like most people you meet now will usually go with science. I mean, you should, but I think there's an extremism to both sides, where if you're solely based off of science and that's all you live by, then you could be wrong, because science is going to continue to get better. Maybe it's just not at the point that we need it to fully understand, you know, life. So keeping an open mind about everything, I think, is important. But since there's nothing, everything about consciousness that we know of right now is tied to, or everything about afterlife is tied to consciousness, because everything is your brain. So once your brain dies, like, there's no brain activity, so they're like, whoa, I don't know, they're not very much to say about that. Ooh. Oh. What's again? Oh. So with AI becoming a thing pretty soon, there's a belief in virtual afterlife, which would be like your consciousness uploaded to like a AI avatar in like the Matrix or something. Which, if you're actually alive, I feel like that wouldn't be that bad. But it would just be, it wouldn't be anything new. Like, you would just be in the same world, because we would base virtual reality off of like what we know. So it'd basically be like, I don't know, infinite Matrix. But people have a problem with that because it's kind of like a privacy. There's issues with privacy with that because, like, who has your data to like upload to you, and like, I don't know. I know it has a lot to do with like your digital footprint too, and just like who you were online. Which, I mean, that wouldn't be that bad. That would not be that bad. Like, you hop in the VR, like, Fortnite world with your homies, and you guys, I don't know, you'd be forever young. I'm not opposed to that idea, because I like life. So, but I also do want something new when I die. I want like a DLC. I want something else. Gucci tracksuit. Let me just die right away with it. So for scientific. So what people use for arguments of afterlife is near-death experiences, where people will experience visions, or basically visions, during near-death experiences. And I researched this dude named Dr. Alexander, and he had a brain something illness, and he, in his hospital bed, like in a coma, he reports being in like a dark realm and being sucked into the light, kinda. And while in the light, there's this young girl, and she telepathically is just like, "You're okay, like you're loved, you're," just like comforting him. And that experience, he said it changed his life, and he changed his views on like morality and everything. And I don't know where I stand on using that as evidence for anything, because you have DMT in your brain, and like if you're about to die, it releases that. But also, I don't want to completely reject it, Because even if that is just your brain, like, even if that is just your brain tweaking you out, I feel like it's still pretty, that's still pretty cool. I don't really subscribe to any religion, but the one that makes the most sense to me is Christianity, and I was kind of Christian for a little bit, but what ultimately turned me off from it is the exclusivity. I don't know about the word exclusiveness of it, where you have to believe in only that, or else you're going to hell. To me, that seems kind of shady. I don't know. For a God of love and all that, you shouldn't be going to hell just for some beliefs that were possibly forced onto you. Because in today's world, it's pretty easy not to be Christian. It's really easy not to be a lot of things, and it wouldn't necessarily be your fault. Like, let's say you're born in, like, India, and where Christianity isn't the main religion, like, you're just cooked. And to me, that doesn't really check out. You know, I might change my opinion on that when I'm older, but for the time being, it doesn't really make sense in my head. Like, I can't fully commit my life to something that I don't believe in. It would just be following like a want. Like, I mean, I guess that is what religion is, just like a want to believe something. But I just couldn't do it. Oh. For Buddhism and Hinduism, I would give that... I'd give that third place on my belief charts. I think I'd be atheist over Hinduism. Because it's super hard to believe. I mean, so is everything else, but I don't know. It's just... I can't get behind that one. I mean, the karma I get in the reincarnation, where energy can't be destroyed or created, so it's just gonna be constantly recycled. But I don't know how it would work with kind of what I was talking about earlier, where if you're a bad person, you get turned into a fly, and then from there, how do you get to human again? And then when you're human, how do you like reach enlightenment? I don't know. Yeah, that was my fault. Me personally, I believe in a god. I don't know about which one though yet. But I don't think that there can be life without a god. It doesn't really make sense to me. What's my screen went black? And I think the afterlife is directly tied to morality and what you do here. Because humans have the want to do good for basically no reason. I mean, I guess you could say it's to fit into society and like operate as like a normal person, because nobody wants to be around the dude that doesn't do shit, or nobody wants to be around the dickhead. But I think it's more than that, because when you're not moral and you're not a good person, you gain more pleasure. It's more pleasurable. It's funner. It's better. But we don't. I guess some people do, but it's more. I feel like there's more good people than bad people. So my personal belief on it is that a god kind of just threw us out into like this cesspool of just a bunch of people, and we all, I think he kind of leaves us alone for the most part. I'm sure there is some sort of like guidance. I don't know if he directly interferes or not.
But he is weak. Your hate must match his will. Only then will you be truly saved.
But, oh. But I think that good and evil are not necessarily like gods, but they're definitely forces in the world, like an energy, and we can feel it, and we can be influenced by it. And I think there's people, not aliens, but like some sort of higher entities that know how to understand, that know, like, they understand these forces better than us, and they know how to feed off of them. But good and evil has been depicted in media and like religious textbooks, and it's just been a thing for like literally ever. I think it's definitely real. But I think that we're given a chance to follow good morality or not. Like, we have the free will to be bad. And I think if you choose that life of bad, that's what you're gonna get in the afterlife. You're gonna get negative emotions, or they're gonna, I don't know, just have that terrible, deep, sinking feeling in your chest forever, and that's what you chose. I'm not too sure if there's gonna be like a redemption arc or something. I don't know. I haven't thought through it that well. But when it comes to the afterlife, I don't think it's going to be necessarily fair. Just like how our real world isn't fair. I don't know why it'd change. So I don't know if you get to experience it with anybody. I'm gonna guess no. Probably not. I don't know, just like how when you go to bed you're alone, and in your head you're alone, and you're, I don't know. I think it'll transfer over. Fuck. That is the most heartbreaking thing ever. With the Greeks and like the Norse and all that, like all the old religions, everybody's just like, oh, that's so dumb. Like, how did we even? Like, it's widely, like, nobody follows that shit anymore. We all know it's not true because of scientific discoveries. But back then, bro, it was so. That was like all they knew. Like, that was the shit. And I think most modern religions are gonna be like that too, where we're just gonna have new discoveries that are gonna new discoveries that are gonna just disprove it somehow. I don't know, and it's gonna be different. And I think that it's gonna be divided into people who will either reject it or embrace it. So I think there'll be a new age of Christians, Buddhism, like all that. But if I had to guess, I think most people would reject it. Because you stick to what you know. And also it's kind of like embarrassing going back on like your beliefs. That's why arguing with any Christian or arguing with anybody ever is always the worst shit ever. Because it's not gonna change anything. But I think it's important for us like as a people to constantly be adapting to new scientific discoveries, because that's how we're gonna do better and create overall like quality of life. Dude, this thing's OP! Oh, I'm good. Yeah! That's kind of all I wrote for my notes, so I'm gonna have to keep on rambling about malarkey. Do you guys want to see something cool though? That's me. I don't know what those do. I think something for the base. Bro, I want to spend points on my weapons sometime soon.
Your salvation lies in his destruction. The myth of the Slayer's strength is exposed now to us. Can you see it, brothers? He has lost the resolve to continue. Eat his soul.
That's glazing right
I
there.
must survive this. Protect me in my time of need, and you will secure your place in the new world.
Oh, I got a secret for killing all those dudes. That's amazing.
Your super shotgun is nearby. A relic from your past. The priest has kept it hidden from you in this remote location.
Oh, I need it, I need it, I need it. I think I was supposed to go down there. I have like conscious thought, like you have all the shit that we have now. I don't know why not have an afterlife. I don't know. I could see being possible without a god, but probably not. I need a new HDMI cord.
don't need it.
I'm thinking for the next video game I'm gonna do is Elden Ring, but I'm also down to not do that. Just let me know in the comments what I should do. These are kind of mid pistols. I think that's a challenge. Last of Us, I think we really. That was it. No big deal, I guess. Also, let me know what other topics I should cover. I think like ego and personality type could be a good one, or I don't know, whatever. Really. Also, I go to the gym and I do lots of like I really like exercise. So I can do videos about that if people want, but I'm just not down to set up like a tripod and like record myself in the gym. That's like what I film mostly. I also don't want to talk about you. Not ready for that. Oh, I think I might just. Oh. Wait, what? Where do I? Oh. Oh, Buddhism. One thing that I saw was kind of cool is they believe that like negative emotions come from desires. So that's why all the monks are like out there like sitting on a mountain and meditating all day. It's because they have no desires. They don't play Fortnite. They don't eat Cool Ranch Doritos. They don't have a girlfriend, I'm guessing. And I don't know if I fully agree with that, because desires are also what make you human. But shit. Good thing this was all set up for me, that's pretty convenient. This guy's OP, but I don't just play him all the time. Oh yeah, but what I was saying, I think desires are what make you human and what drive you to do things. Like those dudes that sit on a mountain all day, like they don't do shit, bro. Like they don't really contribute to society or anything. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter if what they believe with like Nirvana and all that. Like society and doing things, like it's not their priority. But I'm sure they're really happy compared to like a lot of people, because I mean, why else would you do that? But I still don't think that's the best way to live, and I guess we're just gonna have to agree to disagree. Like no desires, like you have no desire to get better, you have no desire for a family, you have no desire for, like I don't know. Dude, I'm so excited to get this gun. It's the funnest. Should I kill him? Nah, bro, help me up. I don't have to kill him. Oh yeah, I used to have a cord right here, or right here, that would plug into my PC, and I'd have to like mash it down in a certain angle for it to work. And I just got a Bluetooth adapter, so I'm happy about that. Although it does sound like shit. So that's kind of weird. I was only joking.
Attention, all cultist base personnel. Please destroy this layer. The breach must survive. I repeat, the breach must survive.
I also want to start streaming because I have a bet with my uncle that if I can get, I think it's partnered with Twitch. He'll have to do stand-up comedy, and I'm gonna go into the front row and heckle him. It's my new life goal. Like I wanted to make videos and all that, and then we had that conversation, and I actually started. So it for real is my destiny. What does it matter? Oh. Like. I shot that one. I take that one. After this, I'm about to hop on and talk off with my cousin, Gage Randall. I just like doxed him, I edit that out. I would live Fortnite, but that game kind of fell off. I used to love Fortnite. What is it? Am I? Oh. I'm goofy, goodbye. Yo, what is that? Maybe.
Are you growing tired, Slayer? We will win your will yet.
You guys are haters. I'm only trying to kill you. It kind of ties into the good and evil thing I was talking about. It kind of ties into the good and evil. It kind of ties into the good and evil thing I was talking about, but how good things usually are bad for you, and bad things that are like things that feel bad are usually good for you. And it's just kind of, I don't know, it's just like a rule of the world. Kind of just how when you work for something, you'll probably get it. Everything kind of just boils down to how much you want it. You know, I think that's pretty sick. Like, you know, working out hurts. It's good for you. Smoking, you know, feels good. It's bad for you. For like an example. I'm not sure how to get in there. Hello?